Cancer. My grandmother died of cancer. Colon cancer, to be specific. Still, have you ever wondered what cancer is? Why is it incurable? How does cancer even came to be? How come doctors don't have the cure for it yet? First of all, what is cancer? Now, you might have all been wondering, what exactly is cancer? Based on the article I read from Cancer Research UK, we can simplify what cancer is. The core message of the article is that cancer cells behave differently from healthy bodily cells. Why? Because they have lost the normal mechanisms that regulate growth, development, and lifespan. While normal cells reproduce only when needed, stick together in a proper location, and self-destruct when damaged, cancer cells behave erratically. They undergo continuous uncontrolled division. This rapid multiplication leads to the formation of tumors, or in the case of blood cancers like leukemia, an accumulation of abnormal cells throughout the bloodstream. One primary reason for this unchecked growth is that cancer cells actively ignore regulatory signals sent by the neighboring cells. In a healthy body, regular cells communicate through chemical messages to stop dividing once they reach a physical limit or boundary. Cancer cells, however, experience a breakdown in the signaling system. Instead of complying with the instructions to stop growing, they continue to multiply and can even send their own misleading messages that command neighboring cells to assist in their reproduction. Furthermore, cancer cells behave abnormally because they fail to specialize or stick together. Healthy cells undergo a process called differentiation, which allows them to mature and perform specific tasks in the body, such as functioning as muscle or blood cells. Because cancer cells reproduce so rapidly, they fail to mature, rendering them non-functional. Additionally, they often lose the surface molecules that bond normal cells to one another. This lack of cellular, glue, allows cancer cells to break away from their original location and travel to other parts of the body, causing the cancer to spread anywhere. Another critical characteristic of cancer cells is their inability to repair their own genetic damage, or die when they're supposed to. Normally, when a cell's DNA is damaged, proteins like p53 determine whether the cell should repair itself or trigger a programmed cell death, known as apoptosis. In cancer cells, these regulatory molecules are faulty, and as a result, the cell becomes more essentially immortal, ignoring the signals to self-destruct. This genetic instability creates a snowball effect, allowing the cells to accumulate further mutations that make them grow faster and resist treatments. In conclusion, cancer cells can be physically identified under a microscope by their abnormal sizes, irregular shapes, and distorted nuclei, all of which reflect their internal chaos. By completely bypassing the natural cycles of maturation, communication, and apoptosis that govern healthy tissue, cancer cells present a uniquely difficult medical challenge. Understanding these distinct characteristics, how they grow, ignore signals, fail to stick together, and resist death, remains fundamental to fighting targeted treatments and ultimately beating the disease. Well, that's my short recap about cancer. Hope you guys understand, and see you later.